Hello everyone, welcome to this StarCraft 2 matchup. My name is Osborne. I'll be bringing you this Protoss vs Zerg matchup on the Antigua Shipyard. In the northwest corner of the Antigua Shipyard, in the red corner playing Protoss, we have ColdCypher. And in the east corner, playing Zerg, wearing blue, he is Fallacy. Fallacy is dispatching a Overlord right in the correct direction of ColdCypher. And ColdCypher is countering with trying to get him to do an achievement thing for him. I don't think it'll work, because if it would, I would not cast this game. But apparently, his preferred method of throwing this game is to not use Chrono Boosts, because he is not using Chrono Boosts. He is also very, very staggered with his probe production. So, I guess we know what kind of macro we're dealing with here. 2 Chrono Boosts now available, not using any at all. Assimilator coming up for ColdCypher. Let's see if we actually have a game in this ZVP. So far we've got Fallacy getting to 14 supply. 1 more supply. He probably will try and expand. Might do a hatchery first. Might do the spawning pool. There goes the spawning pool at about 14. Let's see, we've got an Overlord coming around, trying to make sure there's no probes coming around to block the early hatchery. And a drone in ColdCypher's base, just kind of chilling, hanging out, making sure that, you know, nothing crazy happens. And here comes a probe gonna try and take this out, but the drone is boxing him. Poof, pop, pop. Oh no, another drone comes out, now it's beat down. Oh no, drone, run away. Run away fast. Will he get away? Maybe he might get away, and it doesn't matter because there's an Overlord here still, and he gets away. The drone lives to mine another mineral patch. Meanwhile, ColdCypher has been very, very determined to not use any Chrono Boosts at all this game. He has also decided to waypoint his drones. Oh no, he fixed it, and he used the Chrono Boost. So the first Chrono Boost of the game coming at 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Such skill. ColdCypher, sour about that, no response. Let's see what we've got with the worker count. 16 to 16 at the moment, actually. So apparently neither player has been making too many workers, and Fallacy with no expansion yet. So that's an interesting little development. Queen comes out for Fallacy, and she immediately does an ARV inject. There we go. It wasn't immediate, but it was close enough. And now we've got the 2 players arguing over whether or not achievement boosting is something that you should do, but I don't really care, so sorry. If anyone really does achievement boosting on the ladder, then it's what's the point? What's the point of getting an achievement if you don't actually do it? It's just, it seems wrong. It seems wrong. Zerglings rushing out. Speed about halfway finished for Fallacy. Hatchery finally coming up at about the, what was the 4 minutes 45 second mark? That's pretty late, considering that he didn't get a second gas. So we'll see how this one plays out. He might be stocking his minerals up. I don't know what his plan is. We'll find out. This is a gold level game, by the way, if I did not say that before. It is gold level, so it is right smack dab in the middle of the talent pot. And we've got a pretty good job keeping up with these larva injects. The queen is fairly low energy, so that'll definitely help him. A layer coming up for Fallacy, so that answers what he was planning to do by not expanding early. A little late for the early layer, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Another bunch of larvae comes out, and there's no inject yet. A big rush of Zerglings gonna come in, but he's gonna get thrown back by these 3 zealots. Oh no, does he realize that he can get through there? I don't think he does. I don't think he realizes that this is I think this is you could get through here. I don't know. I guess not, because if it was, I guess you'd be able to get through, but it just seems strange that there was a zealot there earlier, so I assumed that there was a way through, but I guess not. Never mind, disregard. A Void Ray coming up from these 2 Stargates. And no upgraded air weapons, but those Void Rays do pretty well against Zerg if he can keep them hidden long enough to surprise Fallacy. He might be able to get an easy win out of what he thought was going to be a thrown game in the first place. So I guess that's pretty good. A good amount of drones coming up now for Fallacy. So he's got about 28 drones. He's not gonna Maynard that. Oh, here comes 3, but that's not really gonna do much. Alright, so no drone transfer quite yet. Layer is complete, an infestation pit on the way, so even with that even without seeing the Void Rays, he is blind countering it with Infestors, so Ling Infestor, a pretty standard build in this current metagame. And we'll see how it works for him, because if he can get enough Queens and enough Infestors out to get some Neural Parasite, and use that, not Neural Parasite, but Fungal Growth, and also Spawn Army, as many casters like to call it, the Spawn-infested Terran. Very, very good tool to battle those Void Rays. Keeping the energy at a pretty acceptable level in the Larva Injects. Same up in the north side of his natural. A good Overlord placement there. He won't see the Void Rays coming out, but he already knows they're there because those Void Rays took out the Zerglings that were camped out in his natural. So he is prepared for those Void Rays. Another Queen coming out, but he'll somehow go over there for some reason, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't play Zerg. I think Zerg actually, when it makes a Queen, it just kind of stands there. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good for Fallacy because that means he'll have 2 Queens right in position to try and take this out. And 2 Queens out of natural as well. And he's making some Spore Crawlers, as he did make an Evolution Chamber up at his natural. Infestation Pit up. Pathogen Glands not coming up right now. They try and charge up on the Infestation Pit, but it does not work. Oh man. Oh, almost taking out the Infestors. 4 Void Rays taking out this Queen. Spawn Army coming out, a whole bunch of infested Terrans are going to shoot at these Void Rays. 1 goes down. The second one might go down. That's 5 Void Rays, actually. 1 of them went down. So down to 4. Going to retreat and let those infested Terrans' lives dwindle and die. Only 2 Spore Crawlers here at the moment. 2 more trying to come up. But he might not. Will he lose the Void Ray? No, he micros it away. Basic micro skills. Doing very well for ColdCypher at the moment. But he might lose this Void Ray to the Queen, and there you go. 2 Queens trying to take out these Void Rays. Not taking out the weakest one. Not a good idea. He does micro it away. Transfuse. Very good transfuse. And he will lose that Void Ray. 1 left. He will lose this one if he's not careful. He takes out the Spore Crawler though and then runs away. 3 brand spanking new Void Rays out on the field for ColdCypher, so he is not out of the game quite yet, but he is getting there. Pathogen Gland just about to finish, and 3 Infestors will come out with that Pathogen Gland ready to use. So Fungal Growth will be a very, very serious issue now that he has the decent amount of Infestors to use it. 3 Queens up at the moment in the natural. I believe he's got 1 more in the main base, surrounded by Spore Crawlers. Another Spore Crawler coming up in the main base, trying to blanket the creep with Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawler not really... Oh, I guess that 2 flanking the mineral line. And then 1 in the mineral line of the natural. So we've got these 2 coming out, getting hit with Fungal Growth, but they're doing so much damage to those Infestors. Oh, it just barely gets out of the range of the Spore Crawlers, trying to spawn some Terrans, but I don't think that's going to do any damage. Going to get taken out before the eggs even hatch. Here come the Queens, though. Queens can transfuse each other. Is he going to transfuse? It doesn't... Looks like he's going to lose the Queen if he doesn't transfuse it right now, and then he loses the Queen. terrible, terrible thing to do. You could have done that. Oh, but it looks like ColdCypher will GG out of this game. Too far behind. So, guy trying to get a an achievement, and it ends up transitioning into a void ray cheese, and that transitioned into him losing. So good defense by Fallacy. Those infestors didn't help much, but they did make it very much difficult to try and focus down on the queens. So I guess target practice, cannon fodder, all that good stuff. It worked though, so good job by Fallacy. And this has been Osborne. If you like the cast, please subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time.